This is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenyame.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, send the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth. Thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kadar Fix, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Abin Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Abin Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
Good morning, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. This man saw Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Shasha Mosh. Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina. And you are now
you listen to my daddy.
on Gye-Nyame
Gye-Nyame
Radio. Peace.
Peace.
Man, I had enough. You heard it here. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, and it is such a sweet feeling. Man, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Oh, anime. Get back in that booth and redo that. That was whack. Here we go. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. A little bit better. You pulled it from down here. May have to make you eat the cake, anime. But stop playing. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Of course, now you know you are tuned in to Folktales for Grown Folks. And of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simple production. Simba's you on delay? Get up. Yeah. When we strive to blow up all your paradigms. You on time. My explosion is on time, family. So as y'all know, today is Coochie Chagalia, and of course you know that it is time for Folktales for Grown Folks, and I am going to bring it to you today. Hopefully we get some call-ins. I really don't have anything really to report. I'm just chilling. The young man was the woman would let him into his building, and I'm hearing the fallout from that. We hearing the fallout from the Kanye West visit to the White House, which once again I don't want to focus a lot of energy on, because I said what I said last week. Also, we got Saudi Arabia doing some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Snatched up a reporter that was doing some reporting that they didn't like, and I think they sawed this motherfucker into 100 pieces. I am serious. On some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, people out here is not playing. We the only, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that we are the only ones playing. So what I want to do is I want to call all of my people that's in the closet. All you closet black people. I need you to stand up and be black. Stop being closet blacks. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking about humanity. And we need to start speaking up for who we are and what we are. Because as long as we don't do this, we're gonna allow they're going to hype up people like Kanye West and who they are taking advantage of because of some mental situations. I believe that's my personal opinion. As long as we're not standing up and speaking out and being who we are, I think that this economy is going to continue sliding down, and I think that a lot of the tragedies in the world will continue because we ain't standing up for who we are. You understand what I am? I honestly believe that. And I believe that once we start getting people to recognize and really start thinking black, doing black, you know what I'm saying? And those of you that are universalists, this is the point. If you truly want to be universal, first start at home. You don't surrender who you are. That's like a star trying to be something else. It's like a planet trying to be a star. Hell, I mean, you know what I'm saying? A planet can't be a star, and a star can't be a planet. A star is a star, and a planet is a planet. And we have to be who we are. The universe works the way it is because it has many different parts. Machines work the way they are because they have many different parts. You wouldn't want your speaker trying to be the goddamn cell phone camera, would you? You know what I'm saying? No, you want the speaker to be the speaker. And you want the cell phone camera to be the cell phone camera. But all those different parts come together to make one whole. And when one part is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, it becomes a problem for everybody. So all my closet black folks, come on out. All my dark-skinned white people, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm finding more and more that there's a lot of dark-skinned white people. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. Come home. We're waiting for you. We got to have a talk. We got to have a meeting. We got to have a huddle. You know what I'm saying? Fuckery is afoot. Fuckery is afoot. They're having sit-down meetings with motherfuckers with mental illnesses representing you. For real. You know what I'm saying? Bad hairdos representing you. You know what I'm saying? No agenda representing you. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could talk about that a little bit today. Maybe the folktale will shine some light on it. Miss Tiandra is in the house. That's good, Brother Tim. Those who want to be so-called universalistic, don't abandon who you are. First, start where you are. Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like it's okay to love. Start at home. Let's start loving us. Because the love from us will spill over. But before it can spill over, we got to fill the goddamn cup. Let's fill the cup up. The cup is black. You know what I'm saying? Let's spill over the love. And it's like this. Those that don't want to participate, those that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's coming. If you listen to the chatter outside of all of the fuckery that's going on out there, and you start listening to the conversations that are happening in our community, all the conversations are leading toward a single consciousness, right? A single consciousness. All the chatter, right? The doors have been opened and everybody is showing their side. Everybody's showing who they support. Everybody is showing that if children are hungry, they're going to feed their children first. But we think everybody going to look out for us. What's the call-in number tonight, please? The call-in number is 614-556-4535. Let me type that in, see if it pop up. Boom. There we go. I just typed it in. 614-556-4535 is the call-in number. We are streaming live on Periscope, Facebook. I don't know why people try to call me when I'm on my show. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know. We got Facebook. We got Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook. We got Stream.me. We got Periscope. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It appears that we on YouTube, but I guess not. You know what I'm saying? We are also streaming live on Spreaker. So, family, you can always catch me on Spreaker. Because
this call is being recorded.
We started this out as a podcast at first, and we've been going hard for I don't know how many years. And I'm going to keep on going hard for I don't know how many years. And when I'm done, because of what's been built, other people going to step in and do it. Because it's already part of the mythology of Gye-Nyame Journey. All right, somebody on the line. Who on the line?
Hi, Brother Hudson. It's Keandra.
What's up?
It's more conducive for me to be on the line than it is to be on Facebook.
Okay. Is it messing up on Facebook?
No, it's not messing up. It's just I'm moving around a lot.
Okay.
So I'm going to listen in and have it on, but I'm not going to be as active. If that's okay.
I could dig it. All right, cool. I appreciate that. Also, for those that want to do like Sister Keandra, you can call in at 614-556-4535. You can also listen through the phone, right? And also, those of you, if you download the Spreaker app, you can always listen in and stay moving and busy and put on your headphones and not have to worry about pictures and stuff. You know, you come back and watch Facebook and watch me make the crazy faces and shit if that's what you like. You know what I'm saying? But hey, here we go. We're gonna hit the Folktales tonight. Of course, I'm pulling from Aesop Fable. We on page 295 in the book, Aesop Fables, complete original translation from Greek by Aesop. I'm quite sure Aesop ain't writing himself. Translated by George Fowler Townsend. I got this book from Forgotten Books, and we have, look at it. This is our work. You know what I'm saying? We've been tearing it up, making notes, going back and forth. But on the book, I've been just following the order. So here we go. The Crow and the Serpent is is the discussion for the night. The Crow and the Serpent. All right? So, let me go back to my chat to make sure and see if anybody else is on there. Miss Ladybug is on. What's up? Hey to you. Did you ever find your phone? That's what I want to know. So here we go.
Oh, Miss Auntie Tylee.
Come on, girl. What if she was trying to be top secret, undercover? Get out of here. Ain't you supposed to be in bed?
No.
It's bedtime. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey, yo. All right. The Crow and the Serpent. A crow, in great want of food, saw a serpent asleep in a sunny nook, and flying down, greedily seized him. The serpent, turning about, bit the crow with a mortal wound. In the agony of death, the bird exclaimed, "Oh, unhappy me, who have found in that which I deemed a happy windfall the source of my destruction." All right, Lightning, you was kind of slow. I'm gonna dock all of y'all. Anime, Simba, and Lightning, all of y'all are being docked. God damn, it's so hard to find some good help. These mystic animals, boy. Listen, I thought working with my people was hard. Working with these mystic animals, you feed them, you take care of them, you give them a place to rest that's nice and warm in the winter and cooled off in the summertime. These mystic animals be sitting around just chilling. Can I get lightning when I want lightning? I didn't ask for no lightning right now, man. God! Y'all pray for me. Just pray for me. Somebody else is on the line. Who else on the line?
Lady J.
What's up, Lady J? What's up? How goes it on your side of the world?
It goes well. I do have something. Did you already get into the?
Well, I just read the beginning, but I'm quite sure what you got to say right now will fit right in. Is it short?
Yeah, pretty much. I have an I'm just gonna try and figure out.
Hold on for a second. Hey, y'all better get in bed. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I remember years ago, I've shared this before, but I had began reading about the Great Migration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had also, by the time I read The Destruction of a Civilization, I had kind of put two and two together. But I had at one time found fault with W.E.B. Du Bois because I felt like, at some point, I felt like he was an uppity Negro who looked down upon people who were, you know what I mean, migrating. That was my initial thought of him. But the more and more I've studied, and I've looked at the condition, like, I think that what he did with regards to releasing propaganda, telling people what was acceptable and what was not acceptable, for those assimilating, I find that there's a need for that today. And the reason why, Hatim, I thank you for asking me, is because I am watching people, our young people, go out in the streets with things that should be only wore inside, right? So we had the bonnets, we've had the house shoes, and now we have the blanket.
Oh my God.
We have the blanket where you may now go to school, you may now go in public, walk to the store, and have a blanket. On cold days like today, I observed a young person with two blankets. And so I feel like, when I saw it, and I see kids come to school like that. Yeah, so I'm just thinking that there needs to be some type of, and I got in trouble with this gentleman the other day because I imagine, I know you're going to say you're not supposed to argue with people, but I got in trouble with this gentleman the other day when I posted something about sagging. And he made it seem as if I was wrong for putting my black people on blast about wearing their pants beneath their buttocks. And so I would, like, as much as I feel like this is a conversation, how do we have these conversations on our platforms with our people without, I don't know, do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
I tell them, like, I don't want nobody to think I'm being offensive or that I am.
But Lady J, can I help you real quick? Because before you even go any further.
I got to get this out because
Get out.
When we lived in a period of blackface, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we look at the media and how our people would dress up to and do things to call attention to what our people do and give others a platform to laugh, that's not what I'm trying to do. And I do shun people who do that. Like, I think that your friend, Mr. Sotomayor, is like that. He reminds me of someone in blackface, right? So I don't want it to come off when
He my friend?
He used to be. So, I don't want it to come off like that. However,
goddamn,
like,
we starting rumors.
How do we address
What's up, Tommy? Shit, I didn't know we were
How
friends.
do we address these things? How do we get the communication out, the message out that this is unacceptable and we are not to behave like this?
Now, first things first, right? You have to say controversial stuff. You got to look at your strings with me. I mean, as small as our audience is, the most popular shows is when you say something controversial, or at least I feel controversial, and me and you we go at it. Unfortunately, the only way that you're going to garner the attention you need is to say what it is you have to say. And then also be able to control the format so that you don't have to argue about it. Because what happens is that people want to come on and they'll start hitting side points, or they'll get all in their feelings, and then you start talking in circles and stuff like that. So we have to develop the platforms to at least get this message out, which there is a plethora of them now. Second off, we got to always remember, and I know you're going to disagree with me on this one, but all skin folk are not kin folk. You know what I'm saying? We can reach who we can. Now, we have a small tribe, or maybe even it might not even be small, that don't do shit like that, and that we can directly check when they do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo.
Yeah, no, mine you're right when you said I am going to disagree with you, because yes, I do disagree with you. I feel that we are supposed to make ripples. We are supposed to get the message out amongst, and those people that are amongst and that are part of the tribe are the people who help go touch somebody that goes and touch somebody that gets the message out to even more people. So
you disagree with me or you agree with me? I'm confused. You just confused me. Do you agree with me or you disagree with me?
I'm saying the message has to get out to the masses.
Now, hold on. Time out. What's the best message for the masses? Is it a vocal? What? Is it a vocal reprimand, or is it a demonstration of success?
I can tell you what it is.
Well, goddamn it! I asked the question, right?
I'm ready. Okay.
I'm asking.
So, say it again.
I asked the question. Are you gonna answer it?
What's the question again?
Oh my God. It's the best. I don't even know what the question. I don't even know what that. I answered it. I lost it. It flew away. All right. So
you said, what's the best way to get it out? Is it a vocal reprimand, or is it a demonstration of success?
Tiandra, you are the bomb, because I show I'm old. Go ahead.
I have to. Okay. So it is a vocal reprimand in a sense. It is a vocal reprimand in the sense of that it is an image, and it is propaganda. It is just like these memes that become so popular. I really feel like that we should have memes and visual graphics of people doing things that people doing, illustrating things we're not going to, making a mockery of the things we don't want to see, basically, through a political cartoon.
You're not going to click on that.
And I'm going to tell you, there's this guy, Subland Entertainment, out of Chicago, and he does that. He makes frames not only depicting how it should be, but he makes frames depicting like how it shouldn't be. So, for example, like he might have a picture, and I pray I don't offend no one, but he has one that comes to mind is years ago. This was like maybe almost 10 years ago. He draws this picture of a boy with a dress on, and then you have the father in the home. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows you something powerful through a picture. You know, that says, oh, this isn't okay, or this would be the case of, So he just did stuff like that. So I think that when you take that, just like you said, you share the show, you share these things on Facebook, and the message gets out. The bad part of it, like I said, is that some people are feeling like, you're making a mockery of your people, but at the same time, our people have to know what this looks like. Now, we have to shame it in a sense, not the person, but the behavior.
Now, the question is, see, and perhaps, because you kind of young, it's, at least you think you young, because I seen you this weekend walk around like an old woman with a crick in your neck, but that's neither here or there. But anyway, you young enough to go and do that. I prefer to do small demonstrations with young people and older people that I'm working with, and we start holding each other responsible and allow the ripple effect to happen from people seeing us be effective, see us looking good, and wondering about how do I become part of that.
And that's fine.
I'm just
And
saying.
that's fine too.
I mean, but
That's
all
fine too, but
strategies.
at the end of the day,
let me finish. All strategies.
The same way, I have to say this out there. The same way
you
media
don't have to. You want to.
impressionates us, right? The same way our young people are impressionable and are impressed upon by media, the images, the messages. We have to know again. This is a war of the minds. This is a war of the minds, and I'm in favor of every act that gets us closer to the finish line. So everything that you do, I'm in favor of that too. But I'm saying if we really going to get, like, there's some shit that needs to be checked. Tupac had the right idea whenever he came up with his code of ethics or whatever he had, and so did W.B. Du Bois. And though like I said, resented him initially, I understand. The more and more I watch, I'm like, my ancestors they've already written a blueprint on this.
Huh?
And where was he printing it at? In newspapers, man. You got to get the message out to the people.
Now, first off, we have.
And Lady J, that was a beautiful point, though, too, because W.E.B. Du Bois wouldn't sag his pants. Because this is how we started the whole conversation. But Tupac did and would. And so that just goes to show that the message, like you said, gets out in multiple avenues, because not everything, saying it one way is not going to get to everybody.
You're right. You're right.
I agree.
Yeah, Tupac may have been many things, but Tupac was the last of a dying breed in the sense that he had morals. He had some values. You know what I'm saying? He was taught to
do. You're talking to somebody who supposed to very much. Yes, I definitely agree.
And he had the basics. He might have been up the street, in the streets, but he wasn't up the streets in the sense that
and I think that even him doing that was strategic as well. Like, because some of us may present as something, but have a lot more to bring, but understand who our audience is and how we were created in the voice that we're supposed to utilize, and rather than try to fit a different mold that we were never supposed to fit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Pac knew where he fit in, and he knew who was going to hear him and how they were going to hear him. And if he would have came in looking like W.E. Du Bois, would he have reached as many?
Not at all. Not at all. But once again, all that stuff for me, and I'm saying, because I keep trying to get you to understand, Lady J, like when you ask me stuff like this, right, I have to come from where I'm at. I'm 50, right? You and Sister Tiandre are younger, and y'all could take the message and y'all could go on and try to reach a lot of people. I prefer to work within the circles that I have, in a sense, been working with and developed.
Can you flush the toilet on that comment, or can you do you have like a bullshit bell or something?
No, I have a fuckery alarm that I'm about to put on you, because the whole piece is no.
You could not really. Let me tell you this.
I know
that you could not really think that, because you have a whole platform that allows you to reach how many people?
Well, right now,
randomly just get on here and listen.
But hold on. That is not conflict with what I'm saying, Lady J. I mean, just because you don't understand the strategy doesn't mean that I'm speaking in contradiction, because it's strange that I have a small group that tunes in to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But the opportunity is there, because, like I said, the opportunity is there for people to drop in every other Kuumba. The opportunity is there for people to come to Kwanzaa. The opportunities are there. I ain't say close off opportunities. What I'm saying is work with the group that may already be at a certain point. I'm saying that I don't personally have the time nor the patience to go out here and be arguing and debating with individuals who believe that what they are doing are right. You know what I'm saying? I love having conversations.
It's not about people who think that what they're doing is right. It's about people who don't know what they're doing is wrong. People who have been socialized to believe that it's right. And that this is what it means to be black or any other foul.
You take some of the stuff.
And it doesn't take much to share a post on your platform. It doesn't take much. Time
out. Lady J, all the stuff you talking about, we already do. I'm just telling you the angle that I believe. See, because I reach new people all the time. Right?
Okay.
Now, but the point is, that's not going to change the model that I believe in, because what I believe in is working with those that are already at a certain point. And those people can go out and they could do as they wish. I don't stop you from arguing on Facebook. I don't stop you from doing outreach. I don't stop you from believing that you could change somebody from one thing to another. I'm just at a point now where I'm done with the argument. I'm more into, I need people around me that are able and capable of doing building. You know what I'm saying? We have in a sense, as they call it, infrastructure to build. We have institutions that we have to develop. And if you had the energy to go on out there and do all that, by all means do. I'm going to keep on posting what I post. I'm going to keep on talking to who I'm talking with. And if other people want to open up and listen to that, they're more than welcome. But if you're coming in to argue, you coming in to fuss, you coming in to try to prove your point, you coming in and try to recruit for your shit, then we may have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sister Giandra, when your book coming out, baby? Is it out yet?
It is not out, but I did talk about it today, so that's progress.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right, cool.
I haven't touched it since I wrote the whole thing and was prepared for it to come out Juneteenth, if I'm being completely honest. But I've been talking about it more and more, so I'm prepared for it's coming.
Okay, cool. Long as you haven't given up the ghost, that's all I'm concerned about. And
I haven't, and I started reading yours too, and so that's been encouraging as well.
Right, because you see all those mistakes in that damn book, girl. You ought to you should throw your shit right on out.
You first, I think in the beginning you said something about I just put it out. For all of you who are just thinking about it's not this, it's not that, here's proof that you can just put it out. I'm pretty sure you said that in the intro. So.
Because my whole piece was because I kept waiting around, and at the time when I wrote the book, I didn't have a lot of extra capital. So I couldn't get an editor, and then I had people say, I'll read it for you, and I'll give it to them. I come back a month later, they'd be like, oh, I forgot. You gonna read it for me? Boom, boom, boom. I talked to them. They said they're gonna read it. They called me, asked for advice. They talked to me about 3 hours. I'd be like, yo, you read the book? Nah. Oh, no, man. All right, so cool. So I said, all right, I proofread it myself, do it together, put it out. Because the whole piece is, right now, our people just need a message, right? You know, my crew needed a message. I need to get it down, because if not, something can happen to me and I'm dead and nothing's out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, because this is for our legacy. We're building for our legacy. All these shows are being are public, and anybody can get them. So right now we might be, and this is gonna sound crazy, right now we might be talking to somebody in 2055. Right now, that might be listening to this conversation and be like, damn, they was on to something. And speaking of being on something, Lady J, I want to thank her because she always brings the fire. Always bring the fire. I don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying? But we still family. So we're going to give it up for Lady J for bringing that
fire. You know, there's a quote where Pop says something to the same effect because of how much material and content he put out in his short period of time. And he didn't sit there and go back and forth about it. He just went in, created, and then put out the content.
Right. That's living in the now.
Yeah.
It's like ready to die. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's like,
yeah, it's not even our content to hoard, really. It's not mine. It's just coming through me, and so it's really selfish to keep it and not share it.
Right. You got that wisdom out there, and that's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful idea. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I'm in support. So, you know, like I said. So now let's get back to this folktale, because the people out here, you know, they be mad sometimes. They be like, y'all be talking and nobody ever get to the, y'all don't get to the, you know, but family, understand that, you know, the show is for us to have conversation, for us to kind of challenge each other and to push each other and encourage each other and sometimes discourage each other, you know, call fuckery and call flags on each other. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not a lot of shows like this. This is a tribal show. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I try to make sure that everybody get an opportunity to speak, even though I like to speak a lot and shit. You know what I'm saying? And other people like to speak a lot. You know, I ain't gonna say no names. You know, because they always feel I got to finish this. You got to let me finish this. But hey, that's tribe, and that's what we do. So here we go. The name of the folktale today is The Crow and the Serpent. And man, this one can apply to a lot of the stuff that's happening today, family. If you haven't heard it, here you go. A crow in great want of food saw a serpent asleep in a sunny nook, and flying down greedily seized him. The serpent, turning about, bit the crow with a mortal wound. In the agony of death, the bird exclaimed, "Oh, unhappy me, who have found in that which I deemed a happy windfall the source of my destruction." Where my lightning at? Where my lightning at? Oh man. If that is not the story of many of my fallen comrades, if that is not the story of many of my incarcerated brothers and sisters, if that is not the story of the rise and fall of many of people, I don't know what is. Family. Anybody want to go on that first, or y'all want me to just, because y'all know y'all better get it. Y'all better get it. I'm laying it out on the table.
Would you mind running it back one more time?
No problem. A crow, in great want of food, saw a serpent asleep in a sunny nook, and flying down greedily seized him. The serpent, turning about, bit the crow with a mortal wound. In the agony of death, the bird exclaimed, "Oh, unhappy me, who have found in that which I deemed a happy windfall the source of my destruction." Let the church say amen. Let the bells ring. All right, ladies, don't get quiet on me now. Don't get quiet on me now. What would Tupac say, goddammit? Come on. What would Tupac do? Y'all hung up on me?
So he just thought the snake was sleeping.
Huh?
He thought the snake was sleeping?
The snake was sleeping.
I know that the crow figured the snake was sleeping and thought it would be easy, right?
Mm-hmm. He thought the snake was easy pickings. He was hungry and greedy.
Be always ready.
Be always
Stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Stay ready so you ain't got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? Because if he grabbed the snake right, the snake wouldn't have been able to turn around and bite him. He left too much. He was so in a hurry and so greedy that he snatched up the snake in any fashion. Or as a matter of fact, why didn't he just stay on the ground and kill the snake before he took off? You know
right, and you got to practice like you play. You know how that clip of Allen Iverson saying practice, talking about practice. Well, we could go on to talk about, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell my students and anybody that has an opportunity and myself that there's no such thing as the difference between effort or intention when you're practicing versus playing, because we can't trick ourselves like that. Like, we're not, all of us, our entire being isn't that in tune to know, like, oh, okay, this is just practice or this is just play, so I'm not going to take it serious. Like, at all times, be intentional about all things, because your energy is important and there's no half energy in anything.
No half energy in anything. Go ahead, sis. What I'm talking about. Lady J, you ain't got nothing for us?
No, I mean, I think that it was, I think I'm going to agree with everything you say.
Well, who say?
Just put it like that. I think that everything you say is just what I'm thinking.
Who, me? I ain't even saying nothing yet.
Yeah.
I ain't saying
I know.
nothing yet.
I just know that we're thinking the same thing.
Me and you never think the same thing. I don't even know why you going to put that burden on me.
That's not true. That's not true.
Now I'm scared to talk. I'm about to end the show. I'm scared to talk now.
I write down the dates when we agree.
All right, do that. All right, family. Now check this out. Now this folktale, right? A crow in great want of food saw a serpent asleep. A crow in great want of food. So this bird was not only hungry, he was in great want of food. This bird was looking for some food. Great hunger, right? The serpent, he saw a serpent asleep in a sunny nook, and flying down greedily seized him. So this bird made the mistake that a lot of us make, right? We got a saying, I got a saying that I say to my young people. I say, if it comes fast, it don't last. If it comes slow, it's good to go. Oftentimes, because we're greedy, because we're in want of things, we make the worst decisions. This is why they say, if you want to kill a fool, give him a bag of money, right? Because the fool don't know. He don't know. So what they're going to strive to do constantly, what they're going to strive to do is find ways to spend this money. They're not concerned about conserving the money. They're not concerned about the future of the money, because they are in want. They say this crow is like a lot of us in our financial situation. A crow in great want of food. Or we can say the brother in great want of money. Right? Saw a serpent. Saw a car. You know what I'm saying? Think about how a bunch of Jordan sneakers in them and leave the truck out, and the brothers look at it and think it's an easy lick and go and get it and get arrested. You know what I'm saying? Or we get deals that are too good to be true, and we go for them and we end up serving time. Rather than taking our time and strategizing, the crow didn't take time to strategize. The crow didn't take time to get it, as Sister Town said, didn't take time to put his game together. What he did to snatch this thing and take it. And when it was too late, he said himself, he said at the end, "Oh, unhappy me, who have found in that which I deemed a happy windfall." I'm wondering that they got real quick was a happy windfall, ended up being a tragedy in their life, being a curse in their life. Oftentimes when we reach out to grab something quick, what we end up doing is we end up robbing ourselves. We end up setting ourselves up to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if it don't, it's good to go. We got to strategize, family. So when we look at this, and we look at this as a group, right? When we look at this as a group, in what places are serpents hiding in crevices, and we're trying to get at them real quick, rather than being boom, the process. Now, because one of the reasons that I believe that, and at this point in time in my life, it's good for me to go slow. It's good for me to surround myself with, in a sense, like-minded people. Is because, one, I'm looking for those young people that we could go on and get to understand that, listen, we're going to need some of y'all in business. We're going to need some of y'all in politics. We're going to need some of y'all in this. We're going to need some of y'all in this. We're going to need some of y'all doing that. And be able to be patient enough to walk with them as they make some of their mistakes, and be patient enough to guide them, right? Because we have young people seeking guidance. See, because in my job, I'm serving a different function. I'm still doing discipline, but I'm serving a different function. And I gave some young people an assignment, right? And they didn't have time to finish it. And two of the young ladies today, when I went into the class, because I go to every class once a week, came to me and gave me one of the greatest gifts I ever had. They listened and they completed the assignment. And every day I'm telling my kids, I say, look, when I come in these rooms, I'm looking for the future politicians. I'm looking for the men and women of big affairs. I'm looking for greatness up in here. And I hope that is you. But then when a whole class walk away and only two of them give it to me, I'm satisfied. You know what I'm saying? I'm satisfied. I'm going to keep on working. But I'm glad because I'm reaching some. Right? Slow process. Those two I spend time with. Those two I groom. Slow and steady wins the race. As a matter of fact, that's another one of the stories, right? About the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race. If that crow had used the wisdom of the tortoise, he would be feasting on some goddamn serpent right now. I didn't even know what a crow was going to do with a serpent. Damn, you know what I'm saying? The crow was also out his lane, wasn't he? Do crows eat snakes? I got to look that up. I'm about to Google that. Do crows eating snakes? Come on now, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to go so long. Do crows eat snakes? Do anybody know? Anybody out there?
I don't know. I would imagine so, though.
Yeah, I'm seeing one right now. A crow kills a rattlesnake. So, okay, crows ain't no punks. All right, I'll take that back. Well, maybe he was in his lane, but he was lazy. He was sloppy. And they got his ass, too. That serpent got him, man. So we got to remember, family, when we doing what we do, we got to realize, you know what I'm saying, there are serpents waiting. And if we're going to take down the serpent, we got to be very careful in how we do it. Because they could twist back around on us. Because in order for the crow to take this serpent up in the air, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Let me ask you something. It says that this snake would sleep in a sunny what?
Nook. It's like a space in you got two rocks.
Yeah. Yeah. So but it's sunny, so it's like the sun is shining down on it?
Yes. You know, snakes being cold-blooded creatures, you know what I'm saying? They depend on sunlight and the earth to warm them up. You know, so I hope my stream is still going in these other places. Let me go check. All right, look like it's still going over here. All right. But, you know, like I said, family, think about the folktale. It don't have to stop here. The conversation can keep on going. Y'all can post up your thoughts. I mean, if you got videos, you can post a video up on the timeline on Gye-Nyame.com. But let us know your thoughts about this folktale. You know, I'm going to keep this one up under an hour, you know. But unless the ladies got something else they want to say, we can call it a night. I guess we call it a night. And Miss Tiandra, you got some closing words?
Are you talking about me? Who did you say?
You should.
I think you said Tiandra, but maybe Jay you're more than welcome to Jay.
Oh, not it. I'm sorry. I just clicked back in. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm saying, because like I said, I ain't got too much more to go on because this one is like kind of, you know what I'm saying? Know what you grab.
Yeah, my closing words are the same as every week. Just want to give a shout out to everybody. And I just want to remind everyone that we're in a great awakening. Remember to do something every day in support of the movement. This week's focus, it sounds like it's just use your social media to share. You know, remember that's your platform. Keandra also talked about her book. I always say read a book. Read Hatim's book. Yeah, I think that we have to understand that we're in the midst of a psychological war. So all the propaganda, all the image portrayals of us, we have to remember that we own that. We own that. Donate to a cause, volunteer your time, services. Just continue to use your social media networks to enlighten and inform. Participate politically, vote, petition, march, plan a peaceful protest. Participate in a boycott. Remember, if we want change, we have to learn how to keep more of it in our pockets.
Whoa. Okay, Sister Keandra, you got some closing words?
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's always a beautiful time being able to spend it with family in our journeys of growth. So I've never met Lady J in person, but I can't wait until we do. Because, like I said, the space that you've been charged to create and do, Brother Hatim, always feels like home. So just grateful for that.
All right, but hold on before y'all hang up. We got somebody new on the line. Who is on the line?
I forgot to call in earlier. I got the text, but I was doing something, and I just remembered.
Oh, man. Well, we about to close out, brother.
Hold up. Let's go for 20 more minutes. Hold up.
You said what?
Nothing.
I'm kind of tired tonight, and plus I got to put this ambrosia. I ain't going to do the honey tonight. I'm doing the honey tomorrow. But family, this is, I got to remind you, remember, I want to welcome each and every last one of you to the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Remember, this has been a daily, no, that ain't been a daily toast. This is a Folktales for grown folks, and we crushed another one. We about 280 folktales in. And of course, you know, this is the heart of a Simba production. We don't do nothing but strive to blow up those old paradigms. Blow up paradigms, blow them up. This is the paradigms that keep you stuck. Activate your reticular formation. I need you out there, family. I need you out there. We need to find examples of our principles. Tomorrow is Ujima. Activate the reticular formation in your dream and dream about some Ujima type ideas if you speak the language. This is Brother Hatim. I am out. Shouts out and much love to each and every last one of you. Peace.